and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Motorsport for some more racing. For this session, we were using A-Class cars, or modern A-Class cars. So they had to be from 2010 or new, or relatively modern anyway. I built a bunch of cars for this and opted in the end to go for a Supra because I liked the grip. It was a very grippy car. I wanted a grippy car, and over all the things I built, this was the nicest to drive and the fastest and the one I was most consistent with. So I decided to bring the Supra back, knowing it was going to be a traditional Alex build and probably get stuck in a bunch of traffic. We head to a rather soggy Mugello for our first race. Not a bad spot on the grid for me here with the Supra. I mean, we know for the start-finish straight, my car is going to suck. There is no two ways about it. In the corners, it should be pretty bloody good here. It's going to have a lot of grip. Now, I don't know whether the wet, in theory, the wet might be good for me. We will have huge levels of grip, and that might help even more in these conditions. Other cars are struggling, so the reason why we've got so much grip is the wide body kit, or more precisely, the tyres that go with the right body kit. I think we've got 315s in the front, which are ridiculous. And in Forza terms, the bigger, the wider tyres you have, the better your car is going to turn, or if the rear tyres better traction you are going to have. Oh dear. We have been caught up. Liam has just really slowed down mid-corner, and we're being completely screwed in that. We go around the outside of just about everybody. Whoa, through here. That one a little bit wrong. We had such a good start. I think Liam was trying to get out of the way for the contact with Javi, but it's just so busy in here that everybody kind of gets stuck in. But yeah, it's a difficult one. There's cars struggling. Rusky's front-wheel drive is not going to be enjoying life. Longbow can have a look to the inside, but not much is going to outbrake this or outturn this particularly. I'm not going to go around the outside of Shadow. What we're going to do is go cut back underneath. Go for the exit now. Of course, the Nissan's going to be very fast accelerating in comparison to me. I'm hoping, I say it might not matter, didn't know how far wide Shadow was going to wander there. I was slightly worried about getting understeered into. One of the risks you take going around the outside of a car is if it goes wrong for them, they understeer into you, and it's not good. That corner there is not even a question if it's going to be flat out for me. It is very easily flat out for the Supra. Now, unfortunately, of course, the thing that we really do struggle with is the straight line speed. So we're going to suck down this path. There's very little that I can do about this one. It's just, compromise was made. I want the grip. The downside of the Supra is that it'll probably be a much faster hot lap car than it is a race car, because here we will get stuck in traffic, because we can be much later on the brakes here than cars around us. We can turn much tighter than cars around us. So yeah, it becomes quite a difficult one to deal with. Like here, I really want to carry a lot more speed through this section than I currently am. There's an Amira in all sorts of strife there. That is not where you want to be. Now we will sneak past it as we get through. But yeah, now I can't go maximum attack through this section, so I want to be able to attack this section way more. The thing is, if we do actually ever get clear of the gaggle of cars, I don't know how fast to go, because I've never have attacked any of these corners even remotely close to how fast the Supra would be capable of doing it. Chris is all over the place through here with a little Audi. It might have traction, but apparently no rear end grip. We are getting... I made the wrong call in that one, unfortunately. We are going to... Oh, there's more contact. I'm trying to drag my car across to the inside here. It is kind of a game of pick where there might be a spot and hope we've guessed correctly. That time there, it works. We find a way past the Audi. Now we're up behind Gliska, carrying immense speed through there. Gliska will try and cover the inside. That's fine. They left the door open a little bit. Thought about it, tried to sell the dummy, but it's not really a big enough braking zone for that one to fully work through there. Now into the chicane we go. Back end of this, so I haven't got the rear aero on the Supra. The reason being to try and get some straight line speed, hoping that the massive tyres would give me all the rear grip that I could need. Oh, that's a little bit too wide from me there. Yeah, it's a choice. It will make my car is slightly slidier than I would ideally like in places, but it is... It's the hope that we have a little more straight line speed, because you know, if we put the big wing on, we could have a very planted car, but we really would struggle when it comes to the straights. Unfortunately for me, we are very boxed in here by cars that are considerably slower mid-corner than me, and it is the frustration with a car like this. If we can get past the Porsche, then we will be immensely quick through this section. I'm just not on power. I just can't even get on the power through that corner because there's just going to be a Porsche in the way. We're going to have to find a way past. It is, yeah, it's costing us heaps of time at this moment. Okay, this may be... I don't know if I can get off the corner well enough. I think we can. I think we will get ourselves to the inside down here. It'll be the Supra that gets past. We will try not to immediately throw it away by sliding about. This can have a look there, but you're not going. It's a really tough place to overtake through that section, and you're really going to struggle to overtake against possibly one of the grippier cars in the field. You might do it if you've got a big grip advantage on a car, but yeah, there's barely any braking zone through there. Now, can we chase down a podium spot? They've got half the race to go. We've got a bit of time. Glasgow may well hold up the likes of Chris for a little bit longer, although I think there are some faster straight line speed cars in that group that may well work their way through in that one. Right, we will go chasing off after Shadow and Ewan and Co. I'm not sure. Wyvern leads the way. I'm not actually sure what they were driving. I'm not even sure what's up in second place. Is that, I think it's in Pego with the Focus, actually. I don't know if I've got the pace to chase that down. We will get to run through the first part of the lap this time around at full chat, and I bet knowing me, having been in traffic for so long, I bet knowing me we're going to end up in a gravel trap, because I now don't know how to attack that section, having not really driven that section as of yet. There is Ollie got chased across the road and somehow ended up on the grass. I didn't really quite see all of that. That Clio is a monster down the straights. Gee, there's front-wheel drive in the rain is probably not the most fun, but I am concerned about how rapid that Clio is. Again, we can pull gaps through this section. It's just how bigger a gap is it when we come to the straight. Oh, we're going to slide our car on the exit a little bit there. Are we catching the vehicles ahead? Don't really know. I haven't been paying attention to the gaps in any of this. Oh, I'm all out of shape. I'm all out of shape through here, trying to just get maximum effort going on through here, and it's not always quite as lined up as I would have liked it to be. We have got very nicely through this part though, as we rise the hill. We're getting closer to the group ahead. Yeah, we're definitely closed in on them this time around. Help that they are close together, help that they're not quite fully battling each other. But I mean, you can see we've pulled the gap on Ollie, but we know it's all going to go away when we get to that start-finish straight. It's whether I can build a big enough margin through here so that it doesn't matter too much. The back end is crying enough through the chicane. We've got the gap to under 2 seconds to Ewan. We may catch the podium battle right at the death, though it does depend. If they start fighting each other over third, that would help me a lot. If Ollie catches us, that would hinder me a lot. Pretty much. We run a bit wide out of the final corner. It's ragged at the moment. It's ragged from a little bit of overdriving. It is pretty much what is going on. The Clio is a monster. Here it comes, but it's not going to get us by turn 1. So that is important news for me. Oh, that is maybe a little deep under brakes into the first corner. We get away with it. We can kind of get a bit of a late apex and save it on the most part. The Clio is a little closer than it was last lap around. So by the looks of it, the Nissan is better down the straight, the group ahead. Nissan's quite quick down the straights. Ewan's car is faster in the twisties. Perhaps expect that from an Alfa Romeo 4C. It isn't a match for the Supra in the twisties, but it is definitely faster. We can hit the curb there and we don't risk spinning it like the Ferraris we raced a while back. Can we get... I mean, if I can be perfect through here, we may be able to catch the cars ahead. This is the part of the lap where Ollie is going to start struggling a little bit with that Clio. He's just not going to be able to carry the speed through here. It's not going to have anywhere near the grip, and you can see the gap. It's really, really tumbling away from us through those medium speed corners. But it has to, because otherwise it will absolutely murder us down that straight. We are trying to get on the power as soon as I can. Ewan is going to have to start looking in the wing mirrors, in the rear view mirrors at some point here, because the Supra is on the way. I may ever so slightly run out of time, but we're definitely going to give it a good shout here. That was on the limit. Again, the car moving around all over the place through the chicane, but we've got to send it. If there is to be any chance for us to find a way past that Alfa Romeo, or certainly find a way onto the podium, it's got to be a complete send. We've built the gap to the Clio, which is what we had to do, because we know it's going to absolutely fly down the start-finish straight. God knows how much power that thing has got. A lot would be my guess. The Alfa Romeo can fly away from us a little bit down here as we head towards the first corner. It's much better from me this time around. We actually get stopped nicely there. Now comes the real question. Catching is one thing. Passing, that is a whole different ball game. Can we find a way past the Alfa Romeo? I know where it's going to come. It's going to be those uphill. The uphill double right-hander is probably my best bet if we can close in enough. If we can get close enough to Ewan, or if Ewan makes a mistake like that, for example, that is, you can see the pressure starting to get to the 4C. If we can be close enough, we could maybe do something. We're trying to force Ewan into a little mistake through here, which Ewan is out of position. This may actually work into the hands of Ollie, unfortunately, because Ollie, I'm not able to attack here like I have been, so it's going to put that Clio way closer than I want it to be. Ollie may get both of us here, because I'm not really in a position to find a way past the Alfa Romeo. Now, I might be able to do it here. We can get on the power very, very soon. Ewan will defend down here. Which way is Ewan going to go? We're going to go the long way round here. Now, if any car can do it, the Supra is one that might be able to make this work. Ewan slides on the exit. We are going to fire the car up the inside. Ewan has to yield. Is on too bad a line. We make the pass stick. That is a really difficult pass to pull off. And Ewan was very kind. Ewan gave racing room in that one. The 4C is going to have a little bit of a nibble. Unfortunately for me, it's a hell of a difficult pass and it's a great overtake. But I worry, I think we're just going to get outrun to the finish line, regardless here of what happens. We're going to move across, and I think Ewan is just going to run out of time to do it. The Clio almost got us. Oh, that Supra was good fun there. When it's on its own, it is a monster, as seen by the lap time. Oh, that Supra's fast. But it is difficult in traffic. We had to do the overtakes the very hard way, especially clearing you. A bit of a scruffy start. Would have been interesting to see what could have happened had we not got bumped. Not massively, but yeah, had things not gone slightly wrong for us at the start, would have loved to have seen what could have happened. Could we have raced the Nissans and the Focus? Yeah. Gosh, Supra was lovely to drive around there. That was great fun. It's only fourth. It's not quite a podium, but bloody hell. I'm happy. I am happy with that. For our second race, we head to Road Atlanta. Yes, it is finally here in Forza. I'm stuck behind both front-wheel drive cars off the line. I mean, it's not going to be long until they're going to be going quicker than me anyway. Yes, Road Atlanta is here. It's actually raining as well for our first experience of this one, which is going to be an interesting time. A couple of cars have wandered a bit wide out of turn number 1. That is going to be a very difficult place to. It's not an easy place to rejoin. Not a particularly helpful one for me. The curbs are quite nasty here, actually. It's Road Atlanta. Got to be quite careful. There has been a spinner as one of the MX-5s has gone around, and we were getting assisted. Oh, and we got Forza glued. Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to do that one, and we've been pushed around. The problem for me is my Supra is going to be very, very fast at some of this. Yeah, don't move in the braking zone. That's the sort of stuff that's going to happen. But we're going to be terrible down the long straight. And all of our lap time is going to be lost here. KTM has made a mistake. All of our lap time is going to be lost down this straight. And then we're going to have to gain it up everywhere else. Now, hot lapping, you're fine, of course, but in an actual battle, that is going to be a very different story. That is going to struggle. I bet that struggles to pull it up at the end of the straight. We can be late on the brakes down here. Of course, it is raining, so got to brake a little bit earlier. Now, plus point for the Supra with very big tyres. We have a lot of traction. We have a lot of front-end grip here. You can have a look, but you're not going to go around the outside of me in the final corner here. It's a fast final corner. In the dry, it'd probably be flat out. In these conditions, I'm not quite sure. It's light rain. It's by no means the worst conditions possible for this. That's asking a lot of the car through turn 1. Of course, there's a lot of inexperience. You know, this track is literally come to Forza about an hour or 2 hours before we start filming this. So most people have done a couple of laps. It's been a while since Road Atlanta has been has been driven potentially. Oh, I'm all out of shape down here. Let's just gather it all back up slightly. Sort ourselves out through this section, and we have come out the other side. Come out the other side in one piece. We're down in 14th place, which was, yeah, not ideal. I think there is a chance to move forward, yeah, especially if cars fight each other really hard. But my overtakes are going to probably come out of the final corner a little bit, because I'm not going to be able to dive under brakes here, right? The easiest spot to get a pass at Road Atlanta, well, the easiest spot is to outrun something in a straight. The second easiest spot is to, go under brakes into the chicane that's coming up here. But I'm never going to be close enough to another car to be able to do that. That's fine. There is a BMW that's going to struggle to pull that one up. They do make it stop, but there's going to have not a huge amount of speed on the exit there. Unfortunately, though, that, of course, does compromise me a little bit. Can we be flat through the final corner? Yeah, we can. Supra absolutely nails the final corner. Somebody was out wide through all of that. But yeah, of course, the final... Oh, Lolbo's got it wrong. Rusky's also got it wrong through there. There's a Mustang spun. As Drewski, I think, went round. Shadow had to have an adventure. There's a lot of cars trying to get too brave through the first corner here. I mean, it's a difficult corner. Turn 1 here is a difficult corner. It's very fast. The Supra is absolutely lovely coming down the hill. We've got so much grip, as you would expect in this car. I'm hoping we can sit in the slipstream and get towed down the straight by the BMW and the Peugeot. That would be nice. I mean, we're going to be immensely quick through here. So quick, we're going to get a little bit boxed in. Although, yeah, they've got so much more power than me. I just want to, lasso myself onto the back of the BMW. No, come back! Come back! I need the slipstream. I need GTA. I don't even think the GTA slipstream would do the job. They're just gone. They're just gone. We'll close this gap back in by the time we get to the end of the straight. And I mean, at the moment, the trick is going to be just don't fall off the road, as chaos is kind of raining around the place. I mean, it is literally raining, of course. But yeah, if we don't fall off the road, that is a good start. I've not done a great job. Not quite. As good as my car is under brakes and everything, I've not actually really got the braking into that chicane sorted. Well, that's the limit. And a little bit further. Didn't want to lift. I'd never lifted at all through all of that. That was just maximum commitment through the final corner. And through turn 1, I did have to lift as we were sat up on the curb because we were going to get ourselves in a world of trouble. See, like over the course of the lap, we are pretty much the same as the BMW and the Peugeot. It's just we gain all of our lap time here, and then all of it goes away as we come out of this section. As we get onto that long straight, we can draw alongside the M2, but it's not going to be enough. We will tuck back into line a little bit, looking for a slipstream. Now, the more they fight each other, I guess the better it is for me, kind of. I don't know. I kind of don't want them to fight each other. The only chance I have of getting past is with a big dive under brakes, and two cars together kind of screws that plan. So we've got to kind of rely on them not being together. We need Ollie to run away, or... actually, yeah, that would help me. Ollie not to run away completely, but should be far enough away from Shadow so I can dive, but then we're just going to get past down here anyway. Like, it's all kind of academic, because we lose a second, almost, to them down this bit. Oh, that was very late under brakes. Ollie was also very late. I mean, we'll get away with it a little bit better. We can just chuck the car in with the grip that we have. Now, maybe I'm going to have a little bit of a lift through the final corner. Oh, will if I do that. Okay, yeah, don't hit the curb. Curb is nasty, kind of really nasty through there, Christ. Yeah, don't hit the curb. The curb will do terrible things to your car. The outside curb there's quite nasty as well, which is probably not a big surprise. Now, we're going to fight each other. Shadow has got past, but we know that Peugeot is very quick in a straight line. Unfortunately, Shadow has not gathered that car up properly. Shadow's now dealing with curb-related shenanigans, pretty much. Go, Peugeot, go. I can't do anything here. We're just going to have to bloody push. And off they go in a straight line. Yeah. There is not a huge amount more that I can do around here. I mean, the Supra is probably not... This is not really a Supra circuit. Not this Supra, the way this one here is built. It's always going to suck down the one long straight. It's quick everywhere else. It's good fun. I really like driving this car here, especially the downhill section is wonderful. The final corner is glorious. When I don't hit the curb and I don't become a rallycross car, it's glorious. Ollie is long gone now as we go into the braking zone down here. I mean, Ollie's just annoying Shadow in this point, in much the same way Shadow is annoying me, got so much more speed, but nowhere near the corner grip. Now, final turn. This time, that amount of curb hit, perfect. Little lift, absolutely perfect through there. I like it. I mean, if we get it right, the amount of time we gain through turn one is incredible, but I don't get it right this time around. Yeah, it's just pushing it. I mean, I've got to. That's the thing, though. Like, I've got to absolutely push this car to the limit, because otherwise we can't make up enough time. Unfortunately, yeah, that one there was just too much. Just too bigger an ask for the Supra. Yeah, had to give it a go. Although this time around we can at least fly through this section quite nicely. The danger is going to be from Longbow in, I think it's the Lincoln Co. This time, that one, it's not so much faster than me in a straight line as the Peugeot or the BMW are, but it is still quicker than me down the straight here. Oh, come on, Supra. We're going to have to defend, I think, for the final lap. We're 1.1 seconds clear. It would be... If it was any other car, it'd probably get past me. But it is one of these slower cars down the straight. And I use that in a relative term, because it's not that much slower. It's going to catch us, but we're going to make it go the long way round. And we can get stopped and defend. It makes it a little slow on the exit, but that's okay. We can, hold on to that position. Any chance of getting past the cars ahead is long gone now. Got to not mess up turn one, basically. We fly around the final corner. Yeah, if I can be good through turn one, we'll be okay. It's difficult. You want to be... So you want to be quick through the first corner. And again, just asking too much of the car. That outside curb is so treacherous. Possibly made worse by the rain, not sure. But yeah, it really bobbles the cars around. We are going to be now vulnerable at the end of the straight. Longbow is closer than they were last lap around. I've got to send it down the hill, which we have done, but I'm not sure it's going to be a big enough margin, especially not with a slide on the exit through there. It is maximum attack for us in all of this, but we are definitely going to be vulnerable at the end of this one. Shadow still cannot get past the Peugeot, and I'm just overdriving the Supra is the problem for me. We are apparently going faster this lap, which I don't believe because it's been ragged and scruffy and pretty terrible. But yeah, we're going to be very, very vulnerable at the end of the straight here. There's nothing I can do. You know, we can defend, we can... The only thing I can hope for is Longbow having an issue in the final corner. We may be able to send it to the inside in the final corner somewhere if we can get off here nicely. Longbow with a little slide. We are going to send it in the final corner. It's going to be flat out for me. There is no question about it. Although we get a big cross up through there. We launched it. Too much curb, but... not a really big surprise. Not a big surprise. Supra are not going to really like that track. We tried. We did what we could around there. I don't think I drove it particularly well either, which didn't help. I drove a bit ragged, I think, is the best way to sum it up. Could have and probably should have been faster. But we were never going to match the top cars. It's just too slow down that long straight. So, yeah. Well. It was... I mean, I liked the Supra. For the right track, the Supra is good fun. But, yeah. Either way, it's very, very nice to have Road Atlanta back in Forza. Very good thing to have Road Atlanta back here. So, there we have it. I mean, the Supra is exactly as I expected it to be. On the right circumstances and the right tracks, it would be unbelievably quick, but it certainly doesn't work everywhere. Road Atlanta is always going to be a tough one, and yeah, while it could be quick, it relied on me being better, I think. Probably the best way to sum it up. Too many silly errors from me through, you know, I had to make up so much lap time in the corners because I was always going to lose it down the long straight, and yeah, it was too scruffy from me a lot of the time, but I liked driving at Mugello. It was glorious. Absolutely fantastic fun to drive around there. I like the car. It was good fun. Road Atlanta, as I said, is awesome to have it back. It should have been in the game from launch, really, but it's a good circuit. It's a good challenge to have back. The curbs are vicious. The curbs are absolutely vicious, though. It's going to take some getting used to, that's for sure. Anyway, that is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versity Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.